So here in this problem, we need to obtain the value of the given trigonometric expression. So let us begin. First, what we'll do, we'll try to find out the value of each of the trigonometric ratio. Let us begin with tangent of 11 pi over 3. So 11 pi over 3 can be expressed as 12 pi minus 3 pi. So 12 pi minus pi gives us 11 pi divided by 3. Now we're going to divide each term within the parentheses by 3. So 12 pi over 3, that's 4 pi minus pi over 3. Now we can express 4 pi as an even multiple of pi over 2. So that becomes 8 times pi over 2 minus pi over 3. The reason why we wrote in this particular fashion, because 8 now is an even number. So here we have an even multiple of pi over 2. So whenever we have an even multiple, the tangent function is going to remain as a tangent function and the new angle is going to be pi over 3. But we need to be careful about the final sign of the given value. That means we have to find out in which quadrant 11 pi over 3 radian lies. For that, we are going to use our quadrant system. So what we'll do, we'll start from the first quadrant and start counting in the anti-clockwise fashion. We have to first find out in which quadrant 8 pi over 2 lies. So we have 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2. Then we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Means 8 pi over 2 is going to lie in the fourth quadrant. However, we are also subtracting pi over 3 from it. But pi over 3 is an angle lying between 0 and 90 degrees. So it's not going to affect the quadrant, as we're still going to lie in the fourth quadrant. Now in the fourth quadrant, only the cosine and the secant function is positive. Everything else is negative. So that means our final result is going to be negative tangent of pi over 3. Now what's the value of tangent of pi over 3? So that's square root of 3. So that means our value is going to be negative times square root of 3. So we will keep it aside. Now, using the same technique, we'll try to find out the value of sine 4 pi over 6. So let's do that. So we have sine 4 pi over 6, which will be equals to, we can express it as sine pi minus pi over 3, or simply sine 2 times pi over 2 minus pi over 3. So here we also have a even multiple of pi over 2. So sine is going to remain as sine. So we're going to have sine pi over 3. The 2 pi over 2 is going to lie in the second quadrant. And pi over 3 being lying between 0 and pi over 2 radian. So it's not going to affect the overall position. It's going to still lie in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, sine is positive. So we're going to get a positive value. So sine pi over 3 is going to give us square root of 3 over 2. So let's keep it aside and we'll try to find out the value of the remaining two trigonometric ratios. We have cosecant of pi over 4. So that's a straightforward value of square root of 2. Coming to cosine of 17 pi over 6, which can be also expressed as cosine of 3 pi minus pi over 6. And if we want in the multiples of pi over 2, so we have cosine of 6 times pi over 2 minus pi over 6. The 6 is an even number, so we have an even multiple of pi over 2. Cosine is going to remain as cosine, but the new angle will be pi over 6. Now 6 pi over 2 means we are in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So we are in the second quadrant, but we are also subtracting pi over 6 radian for it. But since pi over 6 lie between 0 and pi over 2 radians, we are still going to lie in the second quadrant. And in this quadrant, only the sine function is positive, everything else is negative. So our result will be negative square root of 3 over 2. So we have successfully obtained the value of all the four trigonometric ratios. So let's note them down. Tangent of 11 pi over 3. So this came out to be equals to minus square root of 3. And we had sine 4 pi over 6, so that came out to be positive square root of 3 over 2. So we will use these four values and substitute into a given expression. So let's do that. So we have tangent of 11 pi over 3, that came out to be negative square root of 3. Minus 2 times, we have sine 4 pi over 6, which will be multiplied to square root of 3 over 2. Minus 3 over 4 times cosecant squared pi over 4, so that means we have square root of 2 whole squared. And then we have added to 4 times, we have cosine squared 17 pi over 6. So 17 pi over 6 is negative square root of 3 over 2 whole squared. So let's compute this value. So we get negative square root of 3. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. We have negative square root of 3. Minus 3 over 4 times square root of 2 whole square. So that's simply 2. Plus 4 times square root of negative square root of 3 whole square is positive 3. And 2 squared will be 4. So 4 and 4 gets cancelled. This is going to finally give us negative 2 times square root of 3 minus 3 over 2 plus 3. So 3 minus 3 over 2, so that's positive 3 over 2 minus 2 times square root of 3. So this is going to be the final value of the given trigonometric expression.